Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the 823 patch details are here. As you can see right here, we have 3 new uniforms coming in. One for Blue Dragon, one for Sunbird, and the other one is for Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. And in addition to that, we are getting another Blast Tier 4 character. That is 3 Blast Tier 4 characters, ladies and gentlemen. Iron Man, Storm, and now Blue Dragon. Interesting stuff here. We also have Tier 3, which was confirmed for Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Keep in mind that this is going to be one of those rotating patches where you basically just log into the game and you get the pop-up to download the update, and then you can buy the uniform and then tier for the character. So do keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I am quite shocked. Many people were speculating that it would be a Luna Snow tier 4, but maybe that's next month. Blue Dragon is getting tier 4 this month. Should be interesting to see how much she actually affects the game, because she has a really good PvP leadership when you use her with the Warriors of the Sky. So maybe on a team with her and Sunbird, they can shake things up a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. Keep in mind, she is a blast character, so Hulk might actually feel some pressure from her. We'll have to wait and see. So it says, check out the abilities of the new uniforms for Blue Dragon, Sunbird, and Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. The uniforms are going to be on sale for 40% off. Let's actually take a look and see what's going on here. So the uniform effect, she's getting increased skill damage and bonus damage. Okay, so that's 10%. She's getting damage reduction, which is good. Doesn't look like they're doing too much for the awakened skill. Yeah, it says the skill effect has not been changed, but the number of hits have been increased. Hopefully this can now be cancelled instantly and you can still get all of that damage. Okay, let's see what's going on here with the leadership. 65% all basic attacks. I'm pretty sure that was the same. Yep. Remove debuffs. That's still the same. Actually, no. They increased the duration of the debuff removal from 5 seconds to 10 seconds, which is really good. And the cooldown time is being kept at 23 seconds. Okay, so this is still really good. Arguably one of the best leaderships in the game. Unfortunately, it can only be applied to the Warriors of the Sky. So we'll have to wait and see. Next month, maybe War Tiger and Shadow Shell will be getting new uniforms. So as for her Dragon Claw passive, I believe it's being buffed. Before it was 20% attack. Yeah, it was 20% attack and 20% defense. Now it's 30, and then the 5% all speed is staying the same. Okay, so she now has a counter attack on her 3rd skill. This was not there before. Before it was just freeze. Penetration, which is really good, which means you no longer need CTP of destruction for her. We also have damage accumulation. Unfortunately, it's only for 6 seconds, but the cooldown time is 14 seconds, so you can keep this up almost all the time, right? It's a 7-second cooldown if you have 50% cooldown, so that's actually not that bad. Okay, but 1.3, that damage accumulation looking nice, but damage accumulation isn't everything. We've seen characters with really high damage accumulation that are not really that broken, so we have to wait and see how this plays out for her. We have attack, defense, and a little bit of crit rate here. So this is pretty much exactly the same. However, the cooldown time is 2 seconds less. Speaking of which, they increased the 3rd skill cooldown from 12 seconds to 14 seconds. So this went up by 2 seconds and this went down by 2 seconds. So it's pretty much balancing things out there. 18-second cooldown on the 5th skill. Before it was 16 seconds, so hopefully the damage is worth it. So she gets a 20% heal, which is really good, plus invincibility. Invincibility, I believe, was already here. Yep. I don't like the 18-second cooldown, to be honest with you, but I do like the 20% heal. 20% is good. I would like to see 30%. That would be great. I like this little headband that's going on here with Sunbird. By the way, what tags do you have, my girl? So we have Warriors of the Sky, Leadership, and Shock. So Shock, you can use her with Jane Foster to get a buff. Leadership, you can use her with White Fox. That's actually pretty good. There's quite a few stages where you're going to be able to use her. Human, female. Yeah, you can use her in quite a few stages because she has human and female. Okay, cool. So human, male, Warriors of the Sky, Agility, and Flame. Flame we don't see pop up too much, but there is at least one stage where there's agility. I believe it's stage 40 against Null, so he's gonna have some value there. Speed is actually pretty good because Mephisto is blast. I really really hate the fact that gore is universal. If gore was actually combat, her being blast would actually be a big deal, but it bees like that. So we get chain hit on him, ignore dodge. It's a shame she doesn't get any ignore dodge outside of the awaken skill, and 10% ignore dodge seems very low. Maybe they plan to give ignore dodge as a part of a passive for one of the other members, maybe War Tiger, since he doesn't really offer much utility to the team. We'll have to wait and see. Skill damage and bonus damage is good. They're doing the same thing here with the awaken skill, so they increase the number of hits. Hopefully it is cancelable. Okay, so they did touch the 4-star passive. I wanted 70%, but they bumped it up from 50 to 60, but they kept the cooldown time the same. Unfortunate. I wanted this down to 200 seconds, but it is what it is. They bumped up the amount that you revive with, so that's cool. That's going to be dope for PvP if he's strong enough. We'll have to wait and see. So 10% heal on his 2 skill. Before it was 5%. Hopefully they gave him multiple heals. We've seen them do that with Absorbing Man. Let's see what's going on here. So deals bleed damage, paralysis is good. Speaking of which, any ABX effect? Well, she's blast female, really, so she's not really gonna be an ABX character that you need. But yeah, let's move on. Let's see, we got the 10% heal there. Yeah, they could have gone a little bit further with him, man. Like, really? No, man, he's the Firebird, the Sunbird. Come on, the Phoenix. You're gonna give the Phoenix a 10% heal? Whatever, at least he has damage accumulation now. Did he always have the attack and defense buff there, the 35%? Let me just double check. Yeah, he didn't have that buff on the 3rd skill before, so that's pretty good, but that heal is kind of lame. Unfortunate. Hopefully his damage is good. At least you're going to be able to keep up his accumulation all the time. However, it is a lower amount of damage accumulation as opposed to what Blue Dragon got. Moving on, we have Kamala Khan. So for her uniform bonus, they bumped up the all attack from 15% to 40%, so that's a 25% attack buff there. We have super armor, which we had before. We had 50% all defense here, so that is being kept. However, she's getting damage reduction, which is pretty good. So it looks like they might want to make her a PvP character. We'll actually have to wait and see. Okay, so amazing potential, ignore dodge 35%, and immunity to guard break. This is good. However, I don't like losing the passive that she had before. Come on, Netmarble. Okay, in case you guys don't know, let me just show y'all really quickly what my girl Kamala Khan was rocking with. And y'all can tell me if you prefer this new passive as opposed to the old one, right? So right here, when her HP drops below 50%, she recovers 30% of her max HP and removes all debuffs for 4 seconds. And this happens every 6 seconds. Come on, man. Let me know, guys. 30% ignore dodge or 35% ignore dodge and immunity guard break is nice. The ignore dodge is really good for killing speed characters, maybe like Spider-Man, and it's also really useful for PvE content. Immunity to guard break means you don't necessarily need to give her a PvP build per se, and she's still going to be good or decent. But I don't like losing this amazing debuff removal and the heal, man. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let me not jump ahead of myself. Maybe they put it somewhere else. Let's see. So the tier 2 passive, chain hit damage, skill damage, bonus damage. Maybe it's somewhere else. Paralysis. What else we got? Invincibility, damage accumulation, 1.3, 8 seconds, 17-second cooldown, not that great. Immunity and paralysis, and 35% HP recovery, 9 seconds. Yeah, these cooldown times are really bad. And although she still has the heal is now every 9 seconds, as opposed to before, it was every 6 seconds when her HP was below 50%. However, since it was when you drop below 50%, let's say something could one-shot you. You know, you could just die without ever getting the heal. But if your HP dropped below 50 and you didn't die, you would immediately heal. I just don't like the fact that she's losing the debuff removal passively. It's an interesting thing, right? Because on one hand, you can control when you heal, as opposed to before, you would just, you know, take damage, and when your HP drops, you would get the heal then. So you guys let me know what you prefer. I like passive healing, and I like the debuff removal, so it's a shame that she's losing that. We got stun, fracture, paralysis. We got 80% chance to penetrate. We have invincibility, increase attack by 100% for 1 attack. Let's see what's going on here. Animation, very long animation. You see it one more time. Kind of gives me Deadpool vibes because there's a box around it. Speaking of which, did they change it to a mutant? Because people are saying they're gonna change it to. Nope, she's still. Wait, she's a human now? What the? Yo, pause. Hello? She's a human now. Well, that sucks ass, bro. Before she was, maybe that's a mistake. Before she's an inhuman. So now with this, yo, Netmarble, what's good? They changed her to being a human. Come on, man, really? They should have left her as inhuman. The Inhumans already don't have anybody OP in that category. Yeah, we have Black Bolt and Medusa, but they're mid. And if you look at the entire Inhuman category in this game, they get no love. So the fact that they're giving this character a power-up, she could have possibly became the strongest Inhuman in the game, but then they're changing her to be human. Now here's the thing. The plus side to this is, because she's a human, she's now viable for much more stages in World Boss Legend, right? Because World Boss Legend is not favorable to Inhumans, and rightfully so. There's not that many strong Inhumans. But it's kind of a shame that she's being changed from inhuman to human. I don't know. Maybe that's a mistake. But she has strong and leadership. Strong means you can use her with Titania. Leadership means you can use her with White Fox. That's actually a pretty good combo. Titania, leadership, and then White Fox together. You could probably slap. Anyways, let's move on. Let's see what else we have. The tier 4 for Blue Dragon. It is when the striker skill is used, increases attack by 65%. Basically, she gets a second leadership. Oh my gosh. So they basically just took her leadership and gave it to her as her tier 4 buff for 7 seconds. Maybe this is gonna go up by more because Moon Knight gives himself what, 120%? So 65% seems kind of low. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about, right? Moon Knight gets a 30% heal that keeps ticking for like 10 seconds. And then he gives himself attack speed and 120% attack. So that's quite a big buff, okay? If you stand in the Moonlight, you're almost unkillable in most forms of content. Like, I have not died while standing in Moonlight's Moonlight Embrace from the tier 4. So if she's only gonna get 6, it has to be like a level 1. So maybe it's gonna go up to like 150% or something, especially since all she's getting from it is attack. Moving on, we have 3 new artifacts. For Blue Dragon, they're giving her Ignore Dodge and All Attack. That's a 20% attack buff. They specifically left out Ignore Dodge out of her kit so they could sell it to you on her artifact. That's shiesty. Moving on. So for Sunbird, decrease basic damage received from supervillain faction by 20% and increasing his HP by 20%. Okay, so maybe a little bit of PvE and PvP out of it, because extra HP is always good for those pieces of content. And the survivability buff maybe could protect him against people like Hulk or Dr. Doom. We don't really see that many Dr. Dooms in PvP, or maybe Hela, but whatever. Kamala Khan increases basic damage dealt to supervillain faction by 20%, decreases damage taken. Okay, so it's pretty useful. Now, in addition to the patch details, we have some new events coming in. Now, in addition to the patch for the uniforms and the tier 4 for Blue Dragon, the tier 3 for Kamala Khan, we have some new events coming in. And as you can see, all of the optional uniforms for the new uniforms will be on sale for 40% off. And this is actually pretty good. We have some really good optionals. Blue Dragon actually has Captain America, which is his best uniform. Iron Man, since he's one of the only tier 4s that can swap from being a hero to being a villain. He's actually the only one for that matter. Hulk is pretty good, but Iron Man is actually quite useful in this superior Iron Man uniform. I still use him on certain villain stages. Thanos is, in my opinion, I would say the best PvP character in the game right now. Hulk is giving him a run for his money. And then we have Quasar. Quasar is realistically only used for AC. Rogue is squad battle meta still, so these optionals are actually pretty good. We have Shang-Chi, he's still pretty good. Sif, obviously, meta support in Colossus. Doom, still holding on. Carnage, kinda yikes. Moving on, the only ones here that are really, well, I guess Gilgamesh is kind of falling out. He's basically only AC. She's kind of only AC. She's really useful as a leadership, but most people, I guess, would use her in AC. Thing, not really that useful anymore. and I guess Wolverine is kind of AC at this point since he got replaced for AVX. So she's gonna be on sale, extra 500 crystals off, 20% discount. So we have a character ranking event, some free black antimatter, energy mission. Okay, so any of you guys that need to unequip cards, it's gonna be 50% off, which is good. 7-day check-in. Unfortunately, no free bios for Sunbird. In addition to that, they got some hero packages, which you obviously should not buy, because 1500 crystals for Kamala Khan, even at tier 2, is a big rip off. This one right here, if you are a whale, you could buy this. $50 and you get a premium card plus the Monsters Unleashed card set, which is actually pretty good because it gives you some all attack on your cards. Let me show you guys in game right now what I'm talking about. If you're a whale, that is. If you're a whale, it's a good deal, right? You go to card collection, go to Monsters Unleashed, and as you can see, it gives you 5% all attack. So this is actually a pretty good deal because you're getting 5,500 crystals, a premium card, plus a card set that's going to guarantee you 5% more all attack. I might consider buying this, honestly, because you're basically getting the full set for free, and the crystals is what you're really paying for. So that's pretty dope. Now we got the new Warriors of the Sky chest. Let me see what's inside this thing. It's just the typical stuff. Okay, so not really for me. Won't buy that. Wouldn't recommend that you buy it either. This one is a big skip as well, unless you are a brand new player and you're trying to catch up. Tier 4 pack, is there any kind of discount? Did they increase the amount of stuff in it? Nope, it's just the typical stuff. Okay, tier 4 super upgrade pack. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is this? Oh, no, never mind. I got excited. I seen this and I thought it was like some type of selector or for tier 4, but it just unlocks the potential. I haven't seen this too many times. I think they just started doing this, right? So I guess they're trying to make it so that people can stock up on speed books. That way, whenever they do finally release the speed tier 4 that they're holding back on, everybody's gonna have, well, not everybody, but the whales are gonna have 10 speed books, and then they'll be able to get their speed tier 4 day 1. Maybe I'll buy this, who knows? Okay, we got a premium tier 3 pack. Anything cool about it? Nope. All right, cool. Packages, anything cool that we need to talk about? 7th anniversary, blah 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 blah. Just the typical stuff. Is it? Yeah, it's just the typical stuff. Nothing to see here, boys. Nothing to see here. And we got relay packages. No, all of these are just for new players or just a waste of crystals / cash. So not gonna buy that, would not recommend it. All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna wrap it here. Y'all let me know what you think of this patch. I am sad, not gonna lie. No Scotty, no sin. It's a crime, it's a shame. It's a sin indeed.